two tough ones. Like, what do you expect to capitalize on for next game, either pitching, on the field, hitting?
We got to do all three phases better. From a pitching standpoint, Mucciaroni was awesome. It was a situation in the first game where he was over 100 pitches, and Dorito's been our back-end guy, and we just wanted to bring him in and save situation. And obviously, it didn't go the way we wanted to. Mooch was great. And then that second game, it was just really tough. BH was okay. He battled all day. I didn't think he had his best stuff. And then it kind of got out of hand there a little bit when we brought in Foley. But Lake Francois did a good job kind of keeping it at bay. From a pitching standpoint, that's where we came up short. I thought defensively we were fine too. We weren't great, but we were okay. But from an offensive standpoint, it's just we harp on certain things, and putting the ball in play with 2 strikes and not striking out, and good situational offense, and we just didn't do that at all today. I think it's to start the second game, we had first and second, nobody out, and we were punch out with middle of our order. And then we had bases loaded, nobody out, and we didn't do a double play. It's just, we make a lot of the same mistakes over and over again. But if we want to play winning baseball, we got to do all three better. We got to pitch better, we got to play better defense, and we got to certainly hit better.
Cool. And then away from just obviously things that didn't go your way today, what do you think about LaFrancois as he's progressing as a freshman, as well as Carlos? He's on an 11-game hitting streak now. So anything about how he's been productive?
It's been really good. It's been good to see him kind of develop into the role he's been in. He's a guy, he's tough. He's got a really good maturity, especially for a freshman. So it's been really good to see him throw the way he has been. Yeah, Carlos is a guy that, he's got a professional approach out there as a hitter, and he does a really good job. I'm not surprised he's on a double-digit hitting streak.
All right, take us through the bottom of the 6th and the decision to go with Dorito.
We had a plan in place where we had a 3-run lead. Like I said, Mucciaroni was at 103 pitches. He was throwing the ball great.
Right.
He was doing fantastic. Nick's just been that guy for us all year, where when we needed 3 outs to get a save, he comes in and he does it for us. And again, 20/20 hindsight, we left Mooch in there.
Did the top of the 6th inning help to make that decision more difficult?
It's hard, right? Because you have one guy who's obviously cruising, like he's doing really well. And I'll second guess myself on that for a while. It's just, when you have that plan in place and you get, we had Dorito getting up in the bullpen, and then it's one of those things where it's, we have him up, we don't want to send him back down, and then, it's just, I think then that inning goes single, walk, and it's just, it can't happen.
Right.
It just can't happen.
How did that influence the way the second game went? Or did it influence it at all?
It didn't. BH, again, I thought he was okay. He didn't look as sharp as he has the last few times he's been out there, and Foley has been really good, and then Foley just came in and the wheels came off a little bit. And, 8 straight guys reach base there in that inning.
Yes, 5 straight hits.
Yeah, so, some of them are singles through the 6 hole, and some of them are really hard hit balls, and then you add walks on top of that, and that's how you get a big inning. And when you take away that one inning, it's a much different baseball
game. Right, yeah.
So, but that's kind of how today went.
All right, so how does Game 3 look? Well, what is the scenario that you're looking at?
I think we'll try to find a window tomorrow, but I don't think it looks super promising. I think the better chance is Sunday. Probably noon or 1 o'clock, right in that range, and then we'll talk about it as a staff who's going to get the ball. I would assume it'll either be, probably be Zarnock, maybe Nolan Geisler, depending on how he's feeling, but or maybe Dorito. We'll see how he bounces back, but we'll figure out who's going that game, and we got to find a way to salvage the series.
Are you worried about the wheels starting to fall off this team?
No, I think it's guys are in different roles, and we got to figure out a way for guys to slide into those roles.
Right.
And, we talk about it a lot. Like Braden Calley is in a much different role than he was in at the beginning of the season. Rowan Massey is in a different role than he was in the beginning of the season. So we just need guys to kind of figure that out. And, I think the bright spot is, from the pitching side of things, it has been pretty good the last few games. the offense has kind of struggled. But again, I feel like this offense is a veteran group and a really good group, and we'll figure it out. But no, I don't think the wheels are falling off.
You don't feel like this team is finding ways to beat themselves?
Oh, of course they are.
Oh, okay.
100%.
All right.
That's definitely.
Okay.
And that's kind of when you're fighting it, when you're in a little bit of a funk. That's what happens. Is you find ways to beat yourself.
Yeah.
And that's certainly what happened today.
And with the conference being as bunched up as it is, that makes it even more difficult because everybody's pretty much in the same.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating
Yeah.
because it feels like we've been in. I mean, I said it before. Game 2 was obviously different. They were out in front early
And they moved the
won.
line when they had to move the line and got the job done. Yeah.
But it's, we were in a situation before Game 2 there where we were leading in 5 games against these guys, and
Yes.
we've only won one of them. And it's, if we're 4-1 as opposed to 1-5 or 1-4, where are we at in the standings comparatively?
Right.
It's a much different season. So, but we're right around the halfway point. Conference play. We just got to find ways to play better baseball.
What makes Nick Remy so good?
He's super competitive. He's tough, and I think he's been in big spots before. So
I just think he's elevated himself.
Oh, he's tremendous.
Yeah.
He's one of the best bullpen arms in the
Right,
conference.
right.
No, he's really good. He's really good. He's one of those guys. Like that's how we feel about Dorito. When he's in the game's over. Obviously, it didn't happen today, but Nick's a really good pitcher.
Yeah.
He's a good pitcher.